Danny, they said we were washed.
Oh,
We haven't taped an episode since
Man.
July.
yes. And those episodes, were they live, all those episodes? Or
What do you mean?
were those episodes in studio? Those were live episodes. We haven't been in a studio.
Oh, we haven't been to the studio for a while. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so we haven't been in a studio in a while.
It's revenge season. Welcome to Inside the Green Room with Danny Green. I'm Harrison Sanford. Come on.
Oh, what? Okay.
Two-time champion.
2 times.
You see?
Bro, we usually do our
Working out the kinks.
2 times.
No, that was
All
not
right.
the
So that's
handshake.
no more? So it's 2 times. Okay, sorry. All right, we're good.
Welcome to Inside the Green Room
Yeah.
with two-time champion Danny Green. I'm Harrison Sanford. We're gonna have a lot of fun this season here on Spectrum Sportsnet. For all of our fans who are in LA, our fans who are in Toronto still, San Antonio. If you're an NBA fan, you will enjoy watching Danny and I talk about basketball.
We hope
Dwight
you do.
Howard's actually on the show later on, which should be fun.
Superman.
Superman.
He's been playing like it too.
Yeah. We actually talked about that with him. We should.
Yeah,
about
we will talk about that.
Yes, indeed. A lot for us to discuss, but want to set some expectations, I guess,
Okay.
for our fan base.
All right.
Since we did this podcast last year when Danny was in Toronto,
Yes.
and
Toronto, as you used to say, not Toronto.
I'm learning.
Now you're saying Toronto.
I've learned.
You're Canadian, bro. You've become Canadian. You got the slang down and everything. So yeah,
Focus.
in Toronto, focusing.
Danny won a championship there. Throughout the course of the season, we were able to tell the story of you and your teammates. And so we are hoping that we could do that now in LA, which would be pretty cool to kind of go back to back with titles, with the podcast, and you.
That would be nice, man. That would be nice.
Okay, good.
I'm hoping for great things.
Yes, as we all are. As we go into this, though, you've moved here to LA. I know you've moved, unlike Toronto, right?
Yes.
Where you kept your stuff in San Antonio.
Yes.
You've brought all of your things from San Antonio here.
Yes.
So I wonder, do you plan on living in LA regardless of what happens here with the purple and gold?
I don't know, man. It's pretty intoxicating. The sun, the people, the fan base, the organization. It's nice. Excuse me. It is nice. Even if I wasn't a part of the organization, I said it's a nice place to live. Did I ever picture myself living here, for good? No. But I think that part of me moving was just letting go of what was in the past. In Toronto, it was a 1-year thing. We weren't sure how long it was going to stay, so we rented a place that was fully furnished. Luckily, we found a really nice place with some great people who owned it and let us use it or rent it out for a very fair, price. It's a little more expensive here in LA. But bringing my stuff from Toronto and also bringing my stuff from Texas, because I wasn't sure if I was going back to Texas or not. And what was going to do with the house. So we waited the year to figure it out. And now that I know we're not going back to Texas and we're going to be here for at least 2 years, hopefully, if everything goes as planned.
Yes.
So it moved everything from San Antonio and probably going to sell the house in Texas. Get rid of that property. When it's all said and done, LA is a really good option, but I still do like Texas very much. Not San Antonio per se, but Texas in general.
I understand.
Obviously, the girlfriend's from Houston. And she likes that area, of course. I like Houston as well. So, we'll see where it takes us. But right now, LA is it's really nice, and it's a front runner.
Yes.
As of right now.
I've known you for a while. For those who don't know the nature of this podcast, I've known Danny since we were like 15 years old. Are you?
About
it's
15, 17 years now.
Yeah.
There you go.
You seem happier. Am I wrong?
I mean, I feel like I've been happy the last couple. I was happy in Toronto too.
I know you were, but I feel like you're happier. I don't know if it's the sun that's doing it.
For sure,
to
it's
you.
the sun. You wake up to the sun every day. Like, how could you not? I'm by the beach, man. You wake up to that every day with the sun. How can you not be happy? But I said, I think I've been happy the last couple. Just fresh starts, I think, are exciting things for people when they go somewhere new, somewhere fresh, a new city. Especially when you're coming from. I mean, not saying San Antonio is bad, but you're going from San Antonio to Toronto, like a bigger city, and you're like, this is different. It's more diverse. It's wow, in a different country. So you move into people don't really consider another country, but you move to another country. And
it's exciting.
It's like, oh wow, this is different. So you're happy about it. You're trying to take it, and I take everything in a positive light. And you go from that, which was a great city, a bigger city, to another great city, a very big city with even better weather. even more exciting. Another reason to be happy. So I feel like I've been happy and excited for the last couple of years with new changes, new moves, and the process is always fun. Even though it sucks to move, you hate it, but when you're redecorating the house or getting new stuff for your house or setting up the home, it is redecorating a new set.
Yeah.
We got some new digs here. It's pretty nice. It's hard not to be happy, man. It's hard not to.
For sure. Now, one thing you have to adjust to being in LA is the traffic.
Yes.
Now, did you have a conversation about possibly getting around such traffic with Lakers upper management?
We did, but it didn't come from me. They came to me and told me we have this thing if you need it.
We're not revealing?
No,
here?
we're not revealing it. But we have this thing if you need it, if things get really bad, kind of like an emergency. I took it as an emergency thing. If you have an emergency type deal, we can get this to you if you never want to. And a lot of times the organization is great. They're like, all right, today is there's another game going on, whether it's soccer, baseball, football, there's going to be traffic. So if you guys need a hotel room from downtown for the day, let us know. We'll make sure we accommodate you guys to make sure you get there downtown so you can just nap there and then walk right across to the arena, which has been amazing too. We had to do that. We did that once. So, but yeah, we do have a thing. And if not, I said I always, I don't follow rules much on the road. Probably shouldn't put this out, but
yeah, don't.
So I've just been fast tracking it, man, even without a pass. But they've been billing me, so I pay the bills. But I did get a fast track now.
You were getting tickets.
I get bills in the mail. They give you a little bill in the mail. I'll pay the bill, but instead you're doing the fast track because I'm not a type of guy to wait in traffic, or I'm gonna find my ways, legally or illegally, to get around traffic and to get to where I gotta go. Even if I'm not late, I just don't. We're New Yorkers. We like to get places, man. We're not sightseeing. Yeah. We're driving, especially if it's 30 minutes away.
Driving with a purpose.
We're driving with a purpose.
Which brings me to another point. A lot of people asked me about, and they weren't sure, and I wasn't even sure myself. Like, Harrison, is Danny Green driving a green Chevy?
Yes, sir.
It's not normal
he damn sure is.
I'm not counting your money, but it's not normal for a guy of your.
My Chevy Equinox, man. It's a history behind it.
Oh.
There is. You don't know the story.
No.
Actually, so Chevy Equinox was actually the first car I ever bought myself in college. So not the first car I ever had. My dad gave me a car. He got a new car and handed me down his car when I was in high school. We got to use that. But that got totaled. My brother Rashad totaled it.
I do remember that.
So my freshman year, he totaled it.
Yes.
So there was no more car. So at that point, we had to save up for a car until, I guess we'll get around. But I used my dad's car at the time until it went back. It was a lease. But we had to save up for a car. So I would work every summer, interned wherever. I did whatever I could to save up money and do a lot of camps and save as much money as I could. Still didn't have enough. But with Shad's help, because he totaled the car, he helped me get this car. And the car that we could get, it was like a 2005 Chevy Equinox.
Oh.
And this was 2009, I believe, or 2008. It was older, but it had some miles on it.
Before you won the national championship.
Yes. So my senior year, that's what I was driving, a Chevy Equinox. It was like a 2004, 2005 Chevy Equinox. And that thing, we rode that thing till the wheels fell off. So when I was done, I graduated, I sent it to him because he was still in college and he used it in San Francisco. He went to USF. Eventually, it became the family car when I went back to New York, broke down, and I got another one a couple years later, a brand new one. Fuel efficient, man. It's great. Got a lot of space. My dad loved it, and then he started driving all over the place. I'm like, dude, this is my car, But everybody in the family was using it because they loved, how great it was. Eventually, my younger brother, Devontae, he's at school now. So guess who gets the other Equinox?
Coming up on Inside the Green Room.
The first day I got with the team, it was AD, Rondo, and JaVale, all the coaches, and Rob, and we just had like a long powwow. And, it was like I was sitting up there getting interviewed by a whole bunch of people. And I'm sitting there like, man, like, this is crazy, like.
We're back with more Inside the Green Room with that guy.
Yeah.
Deadshot.
Danny Green.
Danny Green.
The Deadshot thing, yeah. It's going a long ways now.
It's going a long ways.
It's a cool nickname. I'm accepting it. Having fun with it. It's just a lot of pressure. Deadshot doesn't miss.
Yep, that's true.
When I miss, it's, wow, if I have an off night, it's going to be a lot of heckling going on.
You put a lot of pressure on yourself by having the tattoo. Dwight?
Yeah.
I'm cool with it. He can be Deadshot. I mean, when he misses, just practice.
There you go.
He just missed, but he's gonna make the big shots.
So Danny was telling me before you were here, you didn't have any tattoos, but you got a bunch now.
I got a whole bunch of tattoos.
Favorite one?
I would probably go with, well, that's tough. Dang, I was gonna say the gorilla I have on my stomach.
That one is probably the hardest one. It's like King Kong with the city.
I got a big gorilla on my stomach with the city behind it and like helicopters flying around it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like King Kong.
Which city?
Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. As we talk about tattoos, though, Dwight, I need your help.
Okay.
I need your help. Because Danny has the Deadshot tattoo, which is creative.
I already know what you.
The target is creative. But
That's tough. I like it.
yeah? Well, I
Yeah.
think the problem is, even though it's good, I don't think he's original enough.
I'm not original, and I'm not gonna say I'm original. I had some ideas before the original tattoo, but it did stem from somewhere, yes.
From your brother?
A lot of people, you also suggested I get the same tattoo he got. So I did a TV series this past summer where we did interviews with different people, and one of the people, successful people from Canada, was a tattoo artist. So I had to think of tattoo ideas. And the thing that came to mind was shooter idea tattoo. So
Dwight.
ran with that.
That's tight though. I like it because when he goes up, raise up to shoot, it's like you see the target. And it's like, oh man, he about to make this. It's crazy. So I like it. I think it's. And then anytime somebody captures a picture, he's just like this, and all you see is this right here. So it's just like, hey, it's a good tattoo.
But the hallmark of being a good teammate, Dwight, is being real. Let's keep it 100.
I can't take any credit for the art. The tattoo artist did a great job.
No, I'm not saying your tattoo's
job.
bad.
Yeah.
I'm just saying Devontae,
Yes,
Danny's
my
brother, who plays
my
at
younger
Indiana, has a better one.
He's a senior now at IU. He's just playing a senior year, and his original tattoo was the infinite ammo code on the back of his left arm, which went viral and said it's pretty unique. It's very creative, and I said his is probably better than mine. I don't know if I don't think that's a target on his elbow, but he's got a little.
He did it right.
Yeah,
he did it right. Dwight.
That's pretty tough, but I'm telling you, it's something about the target, and his nickname is Deadshot. So it's like when he does this, it's like you dead. Like as soon as you see this, you dead. You know what I'm saying? Like he might have a lot of ammo, which means he gonna get a lot of shots up.
But don't mean he gonna hit.
That don't mean he gonna make it. But Deadshot, as soon as he go like this,
I like that breakdown.
You gonna let your teammate talk about your brother
I
like
ain't
that?
talking about him in a bad way. He got infinite ammo.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna never run out. So he gonna keep shooting. But when the game on the line, you get me to set the good screen for Danny and hold on.
A good screen.
A good screen.
A good
Danny
screen.
You damn right it's a good screen.
He gonna have that Deadshot right there.
Yeah.
I'm rolling with that.
Should have got a half assist for that screen, Dwight.
For sure, full assist.
I mean, come on, he didn't pass the ball.
Shit, he might as well have. Excuse my
Made the
language.
shot.
Are we allowed to curse on this?
You could.
Okay.
It's your show in the green room.
Hey man, last year we had some difficulties, man. With it was cool though. We had some fun. We had some fun with it.
One thing that a lot of people from the outside talk about with the team is obviously Anthony Davis, how the team is going to function with you, Dwight, and JaVale, because it's a small ball league now. But you've been killing. What's been the key to you working well with?
I was gonna ask. Can I ask some questions?
I thought you had the next one.
I do. I was gonna ask the next one or this one.
It's your show, so I mean, just be on top.
You get this one. I get the next one. Go ahead.
All right, fine. That was my question.
Man, I don't even think about it, as playing small ball or anything like that. I just see it as any time I get on the court, it's an opportunity for me to try to help my team get better. And if I'm not playing, then, I'm on the bench trying to talk as loud as I can to let guys know what's going on that what I'm seeing from the bench, So it's kind of a different position to be in. I've always started games, and I've been able to catch a flow like that. But the way basketball is set up now, it's a different type of game. So it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. And playing small ball, it's kind of good for bigs like me and JaVale, because when we come in the game, we know we're going to have a shorter defender. which means we got an opportunity to crash the board and, you know, make those guys have to work. And now they got to match up with us. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's been some bully ball moments so far this season.
It's definitely worked in our advantage, our size, for some points of it. But him and JaVale have been amazing in terms of bringing the energy, you know, from the bench. And just on the sideline, even obviously JaVale starts, but even when he's not in the game, his energy of trying to pick us up, and he does it more vocally than he does. He does it more by his play. Like, obviously, JaVale, his play, too, last game, he had some great moments.
He did.
But obviously, his energy in the game, getting the crowd into it when he makes, a big block or, a dunk or a rebound, it was a huge play, and it changes the whole momentum for us. But it's interesting to hear him, talk about the small ball league now and how it's changed. And when the team was put together, the roster, I didn't realize or see how we're going to operate with two bigs like that, with Anthony Davis at the 4 and him and JaVale at the 5. I always thought it would probably, for us, AD at the 5 and probably him come in for AD or JaVale, rotate that way. But I was always interested in how it was going to work and how they mentally think about working with him. I was going to ask you, how did, working with AD, what is your mindset when you're on the court with him? And, what's your main keys of trying to work around him or with him while you're in the game with him?
Well, I just, went back and studied, guys who played with me back when I was in Orlando. And the way that we were able to coexist is that we understood that we needed each other to win. And, for AD to be successful, I got to give him a break on defense. I know he wants to play defense and he wants to be Defensive Player of the Year, but, coaches asked him to do a lot of the scoring with LeBron. So how can I be effective with the lineup of me being in the game with LeBron and AD, giving those guys a break on defense? We expect those guys to come out every night. LeBron's getting triple doubles, AD scoring 40s, getting 20 rebounds at times and stuff like that. So what can I do to make their jobs easier? I could clean up the misses. I can get Danny open shots and all our guards open shots, set really good screens. And that's the things that when I was in Orlando, it made us better. Everybody tried to make the other person, better on the court. And it wasn't about ourselves. It wasn't about what we could do. It was about what we could do for somebody else.
Coming up on Inside the Green Room.
I just hate that people think that it's bad to have a role. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to be the main person. So nobody's okay with just doing what they need to do to get the job done. They want to be the guy that gets all the praise and all that stuff.
You had a really great quote, Dwight, about, you said that it wasn't necessarily your role, it was your purpose. And I think the twist of words on that really changes the perception of why you're out there or why Danny's out there. That's the full quote right there. I don't really look at it as my role, I look at it as my purpose. It's my purpose to go out every night and give this team energy, play great defense, block shots, run the floor, do all the little things that might not show up in the stat sheet. That, again, probably the best quote from about the role player position that I've heard in a long time, and it really makes sense. And you're right, it is your purpose out there, and you're doing it well right now. What was behind that quote?
Well, I just happened to see a lot of people talking about, oh, Danny's a role player, or people are role players, and I just hate that people think that it's bad to have a role. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to be the main person. So nobody's okay with just doing what they need to do to get the job done. They want to be the guy that gets all the praise and all that stuff, instead of just understanding that everybody has a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Danny's really good at shooting threes. Why would we need Danny posting up doing hook shots? Well, that's not his purpose.
Hey.
Don't go there.
He could probably do it. He could probably do it. But why would we need him doing that? You know what I'm saying? He's not fulfilling his purpose. You know what I'm saying? So I took it and kind of made it seem like it's better than just saying I got a role. This is what I was made for. You know what I'm saying? Danny's made for shooting threes.
And I like how Phil has his "be your own GOAT" thing, and I think that statement goes to like, you said everybody wants to be the main. You can still be the main man in your role. You can be the best rebounder, shot blocker. You can be the best, floor spacer, defender, whatever it is. And that purpose is still a very, very valuable purpose for the team. And what I like about our group right now is that everybody's kind of trying to make it easier for each other. And nobody's playing for themselves. We're trying to, everybody's understanding what the bigger picture is and buying in. Nobody really cares about their numbers like that. Nobody's caring about the stats or who's getting the credit. Any given night for us, we can have a guy go off and score 15 to 20 points. Quinn Cook last night came off the bench, gave us a huge lift. Kuzma, Kuz struggled early on, but he kept with it, and he gave us a huge lift off the bench. Those two guys right there, and then obviously AC came in, and Dwight, they do what they do. They came in and gave us a great lift. And next, from being down 20, they're getting a little nervous because, we're within 3 striking distance. And once we get in striking distance, you throw in Bron AD, it's tough to keep those guys contained too after spending a lot of energy of trying to fight with those guys. You know what I'm saying? So.
Hey, so Dwight, we got a little thing going on here with this podcast. But Danny's history and kind of my history too, which is pretty cool. Every team that Danny's played on has won a championship. I mean, not counting high school. I mean, not counting the Cavs because you didn't.
I noticed
play.
that. Okay.
And so actually, any market that I've worked in as like a reporter, there's been a championship as well. So we got this winning thing going on. We hope that you're a part of it. Thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah.
And one
first
of the
one
things,
in LA too.
First one in LA. And one of the things that we did last year, remember this, Danny, was a part of the team with the Raptors.
Yeah.
The elephant in the room.
Yes. That was one of Coach Nurse's sayings.
Yeah. So Coach Nurse, throughout the course of the year, like if there was a topic that needed to be discussed amongst the team.
An issue or anything, whatever the elephant in the room was, he brought it to the table.
Brought it to the table. So the elephant in the room with you, Dwight, what changed or what happened in those free agency meetings between you and Rob Pelinka, and I'm assuming you talked to LeBron and AD. What was the factor that made you become a Laker, judging off of how those meetings went?
I just think the fact that I actually showed up, to talk to the team and meet with the team. I'm pretty sure that a lot of people were expecting me to be like, why would I have to show up like Dwight Howard? I don't have to come do a workout for a team, but I just wanted to show them that, I'm really ready and willing to do whatever it takes to help any team or organization win. Because before that, I had no clue what team I was going to be on. Even when I worked out with the team, I didn't even have gear from the team. I worked out with some street clothes. So, it was just a crazy experience. And the first day I got with the team, it was AD, Rondo, and JaVale, all the coaches, and Rob, and we just had like a long powwow. And it was like I was sitting up there getting interviewed by a whole bunch of people, and I'm sitting there like, man, like this is crazy. Like I'm literally getting interviewed, like from Rob on down. And so when we finished, then the players wanted to talk to me some more. I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like, what's going on? But by the time we finished, man, I was just like, man, this is where I'm supposed to be. And I was like, I feel like this is the right time to be in LA.
Most difficult question?
Yeah, that's a good question.
The most difficult question. Well, the question that kind of stood out was Rondo asked, could he trust me? Could the team trust me?
He's a straight shooter too. Gonna ask you.
Yeah.
Mind you, come on, like, what's he gonna say? Nah, you can't trust me.
Like at first I was like,
I think those more so he's trying to read your body language, read your tone, and see how serious you are. Yeah, look you in your face to see, are you lying to me? And if you are lying to me, I'm gonna find out later. And you told me to my face I could trust you.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's dope. Doe's a straight shooter. He's one of the funniest guys on the team. Him and Dud's one of the funniest guys.
But I told him, I don't want you to trust me. I said, I want you to trust the spirit that's inside of me. So I was like, don't trust me because, if I'm operating in the wrong manner, then it's not going to be good for myself or anybody else. But the spirit that's inside of me, you can trust that because I'm going to work hard every day. I want to come to the gym and give the team 110%. You can trust that. That's what you can trust. You know what I'm saying? And then over time, that's when you can trust me.
Yeah. You say basically, you can trust his actions, or you can trust, how can I put
His
that?
intentions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More so. I guess basically, don't trust me now. Let me prove to you you can trust me. I'm gonna show you you can trust me. One thing, because I know you've had some random tension with the other Superman, the original Superman. Obviously, you're Superman too. He's recently reached out via, I guess, social media. Has he reached out to you personally?
No, he hasn't.
No. But so how did it feel for him to finally kind of embrace you as a Laker, as Superman, and actually give you some type of credit and props for what you've been doing? Because I know early on he never really gave you that type of.
To be honest, when I saw it, I was just like, wow. And for me, everything that I've been seeing, it's like, man, I'm grateful, but at the same time, it's like I gotta keep working, So when I see those messages, or when I see stuff like what SHAQ posted, it's just like, man, just stay humble, stay hungry, and keep working, Don't try to get too high or get too low. Just try to stay balanced, because, I know, like, I was here before, and things can change just like this, So it's like, for me, it's like, man, just keep your head down and keep working, and the best will be yet to come. So that's how I look at it.
I thought it was pretty dope, man. I was surprised, and to that, I guess Shaq's matured. He's matured, I guess, his older age. I'm not saying that he's immature, but I think it's great because he never really liked to give credit. He's never said anything great about him, JaVale. So many guys on our team and outside in the league, younger guys, the older guys don't like to give some of the younger guys credit or embrace them, but I thought it was really good and mature of him to actually, hopefully keeps this new leaf turned over. But
we shall see.
Yeah, to give credit to him and finally embrace him, as a.
Me and JaVale talked about
a lot of those guys, they looked up to, even when, obviously they played against him when Shaq was older, but they all looked up to him, and he never really gave him any type of, how some of the older guys not giving guys advice. Russell Westbrook's talking to John Morant. I don't know if Shaq ever did that to you, but he never really, took him under his wing or say, this is what you gotta do, young fella. This is how you become, one of the most dominant centers in the league. So I said it took him a little while, but he's come around and showed some maturity in his older age.
Coming up on Inside the Green Room.
You said you and JaVale talked about Shaq not.
We did. I asked him, I was like, hey, did you want to fight Shaq? He was like, man, I did, man. I was like, man, I did too, but I was like, it's two things we got to worry about. He's a cop, so if we hurt him, we're going to jail. And two, if Shaq get a hold of us, it's over with. I was like, so you got to hit him and you got to stick and move, because if not, if Shaq gets you, it's over with.
Right, you said you and JaVale talked about Shaq not.
We did. I asked him, I was like, hey, did you want to fight Shaq? He was like, man, I did, man. I was like, man, I did too, but I was like, it's two things we got to worry about. He's a cop, so if we hurt him, we're going to jail. And two, if Shaq get a hold of us, it's over with. I was like, so you got to hit him and you got to stick and move, because if not, if Shaq gets you, it's over with. But we talked about that. We laughed about a good 30 minutes, man, just talking about Shaq and all the things he used to say about us. But you know what it kind of did? It kind of it kept us grounded, but it also made us realize all right, this is what we need to, we got every night we step in the gym, on the court, whatever we doing, let's go 110%, because we don't want somebody like this or anybody ever questioning who we are, as basketball players and men.
It's another motivational tool. A little chip in their shoulder to prove them wrong. They keep doubting him and telling what he is, what he's not, and hopefully he keeps his new leaf turned over and supports these guys and they don't want to fight them anymore.
There we go.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It'd be great. Yeah.
Quick fire here, so Dwight, you can go back to the house, chill with apparently your zoo that you got going on at the crib. Topic for another.
I don't know if he has. He's had quite a few animals throughout the day.
I've had some.
I want to know
animals.
the most interesting pet that I want to know all the pets you've had and the most interesting one you've had to try to interact with, take care of, or that was your favorite one.
I would probably have to go with my monkeys. The monkeys I had. I had a couple monkeys, and it's probably the best pets I've ever had in my life.
How do you manage monkeys?
It's just like having a baby.
No, it's
They're
not.
small. They're
I
small.
promise you, it's just like having a baby.
They're small. They're small
They're
little
swinging
monkeys.
around, jumping around.
I had the big monkey. So,
Okay.
like when they're young like that, they just want to be with you. So they want to eat with you. They want to lay with you. They just want to cuddle the whole time. I literally had one monkey that would lay on my head like this, and he'd just lay on my head because he liked hair. He felt like, cause his mom had a lot of hair, you know what I'm saying? So he wanted to be on hair. He just pulled my hair, just let anybody that had hair, he was like, please let me touch you. You know what I'm saying? But I would probably say those were the coolest and the animals that I've ever had. I had one monkey who never seen me play basketball, but I put a basketball goal in his cage. He would dunk it, he would shoot in it. And I'm like, how in the world can a monkey know this stuff? So it was crazy just to see the growth of this monkey, like from the baby till the time I had to give him back. I saw him, he started to eat like me, so he would dress his plate up. He would pick up his fruit and eat it like a human. Like, it was literally like the most fascinating thing I've ever seen.
Backstage Lakers is gonna want a trip to your house to see all these animals now. You know that, right?
Oh, man, I'm gonna have to keep that one up.
What are the animals? What's the list of exotics that you've had? I know you have snakes, of course, reptiles. What are the reptiles and mammals that you've had?
Well, I've had a tiger.
Okay, wow. Okay. How big was this tiger? Was this
Well, see, it was in India, so when I went to India, I adopted a tiger in India.
So it wasn't like in your household having
No, no. You think I'm gonna have a big old... But I thought about it. I wanted to get a liger.
a big ass?
I wanted to get a liger.
You know what a liger is, right?
Tiger and a lion mix.
You never know, man. Yeah,
So I wanted to get one.
Danny, that was a no, by the way.
I should have did it. I should have did it. But the biggest animal I've had a Caucasian shepherd dog. It's one of the biggest dogs in the world. It's 2 years old, 230 pounds. And when he stood up, he was the same height as me. Big dog, like.
That's ridiculous.
When I first got him, they said in order to become one with the dog,
Oh gosh.
you gotta go in a cage with him. So I'm like, what? The dog barking at me right now. He gonna bite my head off. So I'm walking next to the cage, and he's just, roo, roo, roo. And I'm like, man, he gonna kill me. I step in the cage, and as soon as he charged me, I just run out and close the door. I had to do that for 20 minutes until he got used to me. And then after that, we became best friends.
Listen, Danny, I've been to Danny's house. He got a snake. He has like 2 nice dogs. Please don't take it there.
Yeah, tigers and big Australian, whatever.
Caucasian shepherd dogs.
Shepherd dogs. Yeah, I don't know. Anything else? You had any crocodiles or any?
No, I got a tortoise. I have a
Okay.
tortoise.
Any sugar gliders?
I used to have a sugar glider, and
what?
it was crazy. Sugar glider about that big,
yeah,
right?
They jump. Yeah.
And I saw one outside. I saw this person that had one. They had it in his pocket. They took it out. They put it in his hair, and I was like, man, this is a cool little pet to get. I ended up getting one, but they make this noise that sounds real scary. So I had one about this big, but I never touched it because anytime I tried to get close to it, it made that noise, and I was so scared. But I done had these big animals, and I was scared of something this big.
More or less, and I'll let you guys say this. Danny was out of pocket last year.
I would say the league was out of pocket last year.
Got a lot
I'm
of
not
you
gonna
set a
say,
career
'cause
high
I'm
for
not gonna-
text last year.
I'm not gonna get into try to get fined or anything, but the league was very different with their standards of giving out technicals.
Career high.
So a career high of what, 4, 5?
Career
10?
high is a career high.
It is because
Out of
I had
pocket.
in first 10 years of my career, I only had 1, maybe 2
That's
in
tough.
all of 10 years, and then last year I had like 4 or 5, maybe. Yeah. And I got half my money back for one of them.
There you go. And the way
So-
you be flexing on guys, Dwight, you might, it's worth it, but you might get a couple.
I thought he almost got a technical and said, so he flexed.
I'm gonna try to go the whole season and get no texts. That'd be the first time in my whole life.
There's no way. Because if you
is.
if you dunk on somebody, you flex.
And because all
one
the
ref
cheap,
is
the
gonna
cheap
start
fouls
to
they give
feel.
him and all the calls they get against him, it's like frustrating, man. I feel like he's gonna blow up one point. Like he gets
No, I'm
just because he's
not.
bigger than everybody, he's stronger. But he'll move a guy out the way, a guy will fall, and they'll just call a foul. And he'll set a screen, and a guy will hit him in the chest and just fall really hard, and he'll be like, yo, I'm setting a legal screen. But
No text.
So
No text.
Okay, so Dwight says he's not getting any text. Danny,
I'm not getting any text. If he don't get any text, I'm not getting any text.
oh, you want to bet on it?
All right, I might get one or two.
Okay, I thought so.
To make a statement once in the booth, so.
Okay.
But I get one.
I still think I'll have the least technicals on the team.
Okay. Last one. So I don't know if you guys are aware of this, and if you aren't aware now, you are aware. So now you're responsible. If the Lakers win at Staples Center and you guys hold the team to 111 points, believe the fans
Under
get
11? 111?
under
100,
111.
Okay.
The tacos?
111. Okay. Was
so
that a thing
far-
when you got here before?
No, it was
No, I think it was
100.
yeah. Now it's 111.
Oh, so it was 100 before. Okay.
You got 41 home games. How many times should fans expect to get these free tacos?
Wow.
What's the over under?
See, I don't like the whole expectation thing.
Fans want to know if they can go get their
Defensively,
tacos,
we've been
man.
good pretty early on. We've been good pretty
Yeah.
on. I hope we get better.
I mean, I don't expect you to say undefeated. That'd be nice, but I mean, I'm not gonna
So
put that on.
I want to say at least half, maybe 20.
Wait. Oh, okay. That's okay. Fine.
Well,
41 games.
But come on, if
In
you
the
win,
Staples
you
Center.
guys are probably holding
It's two
teams
ways
under
to look at it.
111.
Yeah. So
One way I think we have to speak
I'm setting the
it
bar
into
low,
existence.
kids.
There you go.
We
You
have to
see?
speak it into existence.
Okay.
There you go.
So we want to make sure we give our fans 2 tacos every home game.
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice.
That'd be very
But I'm gonna
nice.
set the
So
bar
that's
very low for us.
undefeated at home for the season.
I'm
We
gonna.
want to be undefeated at home. We want to send a message to
I
everybody.
like what he's
Is this-
talking
is this
about,
for the
Danny. You
road
got to
too?
get right.
Is
No,
this
this
for
is
the-
only for home.
Yeah.
Staples Center.
Everybody.
I expect that. I want that. But I'm gonna set the bar very low for us so we can exceed those expectations. And I'm gonna say half.
When teammates
So when
come
we
on
do
the
more
show,
than half, people are gonna be very happy and satisfied.
Hey, listen, y'all got to be on one accord.
So we say 20, we do
Right.
30.
y'all got to be on one accord.
But
One
I'm
band, one
just saying-
sound.
I'm just saying
All right,
we
we'll
got
go
to
with him
speak
then.
it into existence. We got to believe that we're going to dominate every night
I'm with him on
and
that.
hold teams under 100 points.
One band, one
111.
sound.
You got a little wiggle room.
100.
All
If
right,
we
see?
do 100, we're going to win the championship.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough. But I'm with him. One band, one sound.
Dwight, we appreciate the time.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you for coming on.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. I appreciate you, man.
Deadshot.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to get a tattoo right here. It's going to be a shotgun. You see the shotgun, you know you in trouble.
Yeah, man.
We'll be right back.
Coming up on Inside the Green Room.
Because even with taking a hit of losing Clay and then Katie leaving, you'd still think they need a lot of those guys to be, a playoff team.
What was the worst bet that you lost? And I heard it might have to do with a certain fast food chain.
The worst bet that I've lost.
Yeah.
Fast food chain.
That's based out here in California.
Interesting.
Unless that story is just,
No, remind me.
you have a friend with a big afro.
Yes. I do have a friend with a big afro.
There was a bet about a certain restaurant.
Yes. I don't remember this bet.
Multiple burgers.
Multiple burgers. Was it In-N-Out?
Yes.
And then what?
Was
did
that a bet?
I don't remember. I don't think it was a bet. I've lost some bets over silly stuff,
Okay,
man, with my
yes.
guys, my friends.
Okay, give me
We
the worst bet that you lost.
about memory. When did this happen? A couple of years ago. What was so-and-so's name?
We'll work on
Little
that.
stuff. I'd rather bet them for push-ups than money, but we debate all the time, every day about the simplest, littlest, dumbest things in the world. But it's because we all like to be right. It's
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Quick thoughts, Golden State, injuries.
It's tough, man. It's very tough. I want to say I kind of feel for him. I feel for him.
Okay, yes,
I feel
yes.
for him a little bit. I do feel for him.
Yes.
Especially, you know, the guys that are there. Because even with taking a hit of losing Clay and then Katie leaving, you would still think they need a lot of those guys to be, you know, a playoff team.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not too early for them to bounce back. They have some special talents there. Pascal's killing over there. And a couple other guys, and they still have D'Lo. There's some young talent. They're gonna groom those young guys. Are gonna groom very well. But you know, it's part of the process of, you know, being up on top for so long. The injuries happen. It's crazy that they didn't have any for like those 5 years stretch. Nothing major to where they'd be able to be in the finals, you know, time and time again. But I said I do feel for them. I'm sure they will bounce back. It's a great organization, but I said I said when it rains, it pours. But it's part of the league, man. It's really pouring for them right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. Raptors looking good.
They are. They are. Kalo's playing well. Fred's playing well. Pascal's playing well. All those guys looking really good. Serge, OG, I'm glad he's back.
Last question. This is not the mailbag before we go home. I've been trying to figure it out. What did you say after you hit that game tire in Dallas? You were like pointing out. You were going like this after you hit the shot.
I was saying we got new life.
That's what you were saying?
Run it back. We got new life. Let's go. Let's keep it going. We're still here. We got more game to play. The game's not over, basically.
There was some
in different terms. Yeah, but it was that. It was, you know, running back. We here. New life. Yeah.
good. I know obviously now you're playing for the Lakers, and I know last year or recently, however, Reggie Bullock played for the Lakers, and obviously there's been tragedy in his family that he's been dealing with as of recently. And before we go, I know you want to express your condolences.
Definitely, man. Reggie's had it tough. He's had a tough road. Even this summer, before he gets signed, I think he had a back injury. He might have had to get surgery. I'm not positive on that, but that was why his contract got reconstructed to what it was. Definitely deserved more, deserved everything he got and more. But even in his early years, said he had rough time. He comes from a rough area, with losing a sister, and then he lost another one. So I just want to send my condolences out to him and his family, and let him know that we're praying for him and his family. So I can't imagine what it's like to lose a loved one or someone that close to you that you grew up with, let alone two of them. So, you know, our biggest condolences out to him and his family. Also, SHAQ.
Lost his sister.
Yeah, he lost his sister, and Pops, Witherspoon. That's a tough one because I don't think anybody knew anything was wrong with him. I don't think anybody thought he was sick, and he's been around forever, man. Even if you didn't know him, I didn't know him personally, but if you didn't know him, he had such an impact on our community and our lifestyle and how we grew up, and just watching him, everything. He was in damn near every African-American movie you can think of.
Yeah.
And he had a great role. He made everyone laugh.
Yep.
He was amazing. So, like I said, our biggest condolences go out, and our prayers go out to those families. You know, Reggie Bullock, Shaquille O'Neal, John Witherspoon.
For sure. I think this was a good first episode.
Yes.
Hey, don't leave me hanging. Oh, that's how we're doing.
Okay. Yeah. That's what the original handshake was before the 2 times.
You're right.
See?
Inside the Green Room on Instagram, Green Room Inside on Twitter. We're on all the podcast apps. Should be a fun year. Thank you to all of our listeners who listen from wherever you are, California and abroad. And Danny, get it right for me, please.
Get what right for you?
What do they have to do?
Subscribe, read, rate, review. Read, subscribe, rate, review. All those.
Subscribe.
I was close, man. I'm always close.
Yeah. For the sheer fact that we haven't done this in a while, wasn't bad.
I'm good. Subscribe, rate, review.
Thank you guys. See you next time.